So you want to do a legendary district union arena? Well, I'm going to show you a strategy on how to complete it successfully. Alright agents, just call me Swift, and before we get started in this video, I want to send a shout out to my man Crime Wave Don and my boy Matt Murda, who has previously helped me out doing legendary videos before. Now you can find links to their channels in the descriptions below. Alright, for this you'll need 2 DPS builds and 2 status effect builds. You'll also need somebody to be able to change over to a healer build later on in this mission. Now you're going to want to note that the guys doing DPS need to wait for the guys that are doing status to set up, because the status effect guys are going to be the ones that are melting away all the ads. You'll also want one of the status effect guys to be wearing a jammer pulse. Now after you melt the first wave of enemies, you're going to have 2 waves of helicopters come down. The second one carries heavies, so you're going to want to give it a bit of distance because those heavies carry stinger hive. Once you've opened the door to the arena, run into the second forward cover, throw out your hives because the ads will immediately be on you. Now once you've cleared the first wave of ads, do not move up. The second wave is going to be heavies. Now this is going to be a dynamic you're going to see throughout the mission. Open the gate and go in, remembering to let your status guys take the lead. Once you've passed the machine gun, you should get another wave of enemies. Wipe them out and go upstairs. Now in the room upstairs, you're going to be met by warhounds. Jam them and take them out by focusing fire on one and then the other. Open the door and take positions in the room, but don't go too far. Remember to let your CC guys set up and throw out their hives first. Again, the point here is to allow them to apply status effect to the ads, making them easier to clear out. Open the door and get yourself some distance. There's going to be a heavy that comes out that causes bleed damage. Be sure to focus fire on him. In the next area, you have a couple of options. Fight from the door or go into the room. If you choose to go into the room, you're going to want to stay near the door. That'll give you somewhere to fall back if anything goes wrong. Now remember how I said to be wary of that second wave? Well, here you're going to see those heavies again. Now before opening the door and going into the next area, you're going to want to keep in mind that even though this is a legendary, this room has a tendency to spawn rogues. Clear out the ads as fast as you can and be prepared to fall back. They're going to spawn heavies again. The next area is pretty easy. Throw your stinger hive near the back and clear out all the ads. Alright, now that you're downstairs, there's 2 ways to clear this next area. You could open the door, climb up on your left all the way to the top stairs and fight from there. Or you could put on skill builds and not open the door at all. And yeah, I know, I didn't tell you you'd need a skill build at the beginning of the video, but I'm telling you now. What you're going to want to do is clear out the ads without actually going in the room. Now we're going to accomplish this by throwing seekers at the door crease without actually opening the door. Now if you kept on the status effect build, go ahead and give them a pulse. It'll cause them damage. Now continue this until the second wave of enemies have spawned, and all you'll have left is 2 heavies and 2 warhounds. Now at this point, you're going to want to have one of your players switch over to a healer build. Have one player keep on his skill build and the other 2 with DPS. Have everybody move to the back corner except for the agent with the skill build on. Get them to open the door and throw a turret out to soften up the heavies. Eventually the heavies will make their way in and you'll have to take them out. Once the heavies are down, go and clear out any unwanted ads. Alright agents, we're almost there. Before jumping down the elevator shaft, have one of your agents switch back to their status build. Keep the healer build and the 2 DPS. You're going to need it later. Cautiously clear out the room. Remember, a lot of people wipe right here. In the next room, you'll have to decide how you want to play it. Now you could go 2 CCs, have them clear out the room while the DPS sits back. Or you could go in the formation I previously mentioned with the healer build. Either way, you're going to want to play this room cautiously. Now the final room before the boss. When you enter this room, you're going to want to go immediately to your right. Set up your healer build there and everybody focus fire on anything you're killing. Your healer and your status person should use their crossbows to break the heavy's armor. This will allow you to take them out before they bleed you to death. Alright, so you've made it back to the boss. Put on 2 DPS builds and 2 status effect builds. You're going to want the status effect builds to clear out the ads as quickly as possible. If you don't, it's going to be problems. After you've cleared the first wave of enemies, a second and a third are going to spawn on your left. Spawn trap them to clear them out quickly. Now, before you can completely clear the third wave of enemies, a fourth wave is going to spawn with the boss. Get away from him. Clear out the ads and start working on the boss's backpack. As long as his backpack's up, he's going to have a pulse mechanic that can wipe you, so stay away from him. But once you've taken it out, go ahead and kill him with headshot. And that is it, agents. You've cleared Legendary District Union.